What's up, guys? It's your boy Vance, and I'm back with another video. And today we're gonna be talking about tunnel vision. You gotta have that in order to get to where you want to get to. Because there's gonna be distractions all around the world. Excuses are gonna creep up. People are going to creep up. Whether it's for the right reasons, positive people or negative people. It's funny how when you get to a certain level, you start to realize who your real friends are, or you start to what is it, like strangers. Might be a stranger now, but your strangers be the main ones that support. Then your real ones, your family, your friends. It's like that. It's like that sometimes. It's like that a lot, actually. It's actually very more common than most people like to think. And having that ability. Remember, I told y'all I don't know if it was last year, the year before last, or yeah, last year before the last one. But yeah, man, I worked on that ability. I keep saying ability, but just being able to say no to things that aren't in my goals, and having that tunnel vision. But yeah, man, having that tunnel vision, man, to accept my goals and dreams. There's a lot of people that's like, I'm like, I'm on this path, and then somebody's like, oh, you should try this. No, I'm on this path. Like, nah. A lot of people do not understand what I'm doing because they don't see my vision, and it's not for them, it's for me. But my vision is going to speak for itself, which it already is. It's already speaking for itself. People already know what I'm about. People already know what I do. And then it's like with me, I like to keep things a mystery, man. I don't tell everybody everything I'm doing. That's the fun part. They just see within my actions. Most of the times I don't say anything, they just see. My results speak for themselves. And this goes with anything in life. Whatever you're trying to do in life, this goes with anything, and just in general. That's the whole point of this channel. It's in general. It's not on one specific goal or whatever. It could be as little as riding a freaking motorcycle. You really want to ride a motorcycle? Okay, do the steps, do the things that to help you get there. You want to drive manual? Do the things to help you get there. Don't just say I want to do it and don't do nothing. Just stop talking about it because you clearly don't want to do it. You keep talking about it but not taking action on it. That means you're not serious about it. People make time for the things that they want to actually do. It's like real estate. Everybody else is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get into real estate. Do they? No, most people do not get in real estate. It's the same thing. It's like, I remember I was having a conversation with this two guys or whatever, and they were saying that building houses and stuff, and one of them was like, man, I wish I had the time to learn. And I'm like, oh. But previous to that conversation, I was like, oh, what do you do at home? He's like, no, chilling, watch movies, So you have the time. You're watching movies. You're prioritizing movies than wanting to learn how to build a freaking house, build a foundation. You have the time. You think that you don't. You just said that you don't, but you clearly have the time. Because you wouldn't, you make the time for things you want to do. So instead of saying you don't have the time, just say you don't want to do it. And just stop talking about it. Because if you were serious about it, you would go and learn how to freaking do it. And it's that simple. People overcomplicate, Same thing like say with marriages and stuff. Everybody always like, oh, kids. It's hard. It's only as hard as you make it. If you come prepared, you might have some stuff out there, but you embrace it and you keep moving forward. It's that learning experience, And like with relationships, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I always see it like this, but marriage is just, now it's on paper. You're all just, nothing changed. It's just, it's on paper now. Legal stuff changed. That's it. It should still be the same stuff. If you really love that person, nothing changed. So it's like that. It's it. Having that tunnel vision to your goals and dreams. Having that ability to say no to when people come out of the blue like, oh, you should try this. If that's not in your goals, do not freaking do it. I don't care if they're like, oh, we'll throw 1,000 money at you. Like, no. If that's not what you want to do, then you have to decline it, because and it's funny how like some people, like they'll see like somebody, they'll have this opportunity over this opportunity, and then they'll pick this opportunity. Everybody's like, why did he do that? Like, it's a no-brainer. But it was a brainer to him. He knew what he wanted to do. That's why he did what he did. And it's not always going to be the right answer, but the only person that's going to really truly understand is the person making the answer. They might look back on the road like, dang, I should have did that. But it's like, if you would have did that, none of this would have happened. You know, none of what's currently happening would have happened. So it's like one of those things, everything happened for a reason. Embrace it. You know, live within the moment. Like I say, look in that future, but take in, you know, because a lot of y'all, you know, when y'all are going after something great, y'all don't realize y'all are living the moments that y'all dreamed of, you know. Because like me, you know, looking back when I was, you know, scrawny and all that stuff, and you know, didn't have a whole lot of money and stuff, it's like I would have never thought I would have been to where I'm at now, you know, having my dream car at the age of 21, 22. Like I wouldn't even, that's not even, like, I wouldn't even have thought of that. I really truly did not know where I would be at 20, you know, 20, whatever. I didn't know where I would be at, you know. And it's that, you know, it's that, you know, it's having that tunnel vision to your success. You know, all that stuff plays a big part. If you don't have that tunnel vision, you know, you're just all over the place. You're never going to get the, you know, the main picture, the big picture, which is that goal of yours. You're never going to get it done because you're going to be too busy chasing other things. You have to be able to say no and block out all of the negativity, you know, all of the drama, all the stuff that does not freaking matter. Because I'm going to be honest, none of it freaking matters, man. Who cares about what he, she said? Who cares, man? Who cares? None of it matters, you know. None of it freaking matters, man. It's all a waste of time. You have better things to be doing, you know. If you have, like I said, if you're in debt or if you have this goal of yours, you know, something like a big event or something, you know, something is about to happen to the point where you can chase after that goal, but somebody, you know, wants to, I don't know, have a trip to Florida. Like, no. Say no. You're this close. Get that done, and then maybe you can do all of that. Get whatever the heck you want to do in life. The you know, like I said, the big picture. Get that done, then everything else will come. You know, because that's one of the things, like me, you know, when it comes to my goals and stuff, what I'm after, I'm not even thinking about vacations. I'm not thinking about concerts. I'm not thinking about going to bars and clubs. I'm not thinking about that because it's a waste of time right now. Let me do what I want to do, complete my goals, go great, you know, be great, be the person that I want to be, keep helping the people that I want to help. And then I'll do all that later because it's not going nowhere. It'll all still be there when I'm done. There's a lot of people that can't say no to what I just said because they're too busy wanting to do all these other things when it's like, what are you really celebrating for? You know, I always tell people like me, you know, I have my celebrations, you know, but it's like with myself, you know, or, you know, with my family, you know, stuff like that. But I don't have to do all this crazy big mess or whatever, you know, because I'm still not where I want to be in life. You know, I feel like where I'm heading, I'm definitely going to get there. But like I said, I still have work to do, you know. I still have more people to reach, you know. I still have more lives to change. And I'm going to keep doing that until I reach to, you know, till I reach that moment in my life where I feel like, okay, you know, I think I'm good. I mean, I'm going to still be, you know, working and stuff. It might just tone it down a little bit, but I'm still going to be working and, you know, keeping myself, you know, that's when that whole leader, I mean, I'm already a leader now, but, you know, that whole thing just really takes over, you know, more preaching and stuff like that. But it's like, until then, like, I got work to do, man. You know, you have to be able to do that and say that stuff yourself. You know, it's like, okay, if you got this test, you know, coming up tomorrow, should you really play the game right now? Should you really be playing the game right now? Should you be on the phone right now talking to your homeboy about what just happened? About what this girl said? Or like this is the stuff that people go through. And they're too busy trying to, you know, they're too busy focusing on unimportant things when they have the important things right there in their face. You know, it's like that quote where it was like, how many people will succeed if they knew they couldn't fail? Everybody would. Everybody would take risks. Everybody would be going after what they do. But why can't they do that right now? Even with fails and risks and all that stuff involved. You know, and that's, like I said, that's just something that's going to separate you from average and, you know, being great. But with all of that, you got to have tunnel vision. You know, you got to stay consistent and focused on what your goals are. Actually learn what it is. Like I said, learn the steps and then take action. A lot of people will sit there and learn it and never take action on it. So that's just like, you're still failing because you're not taking action. All these quotes and all of these, you know, people, and they say like, oh, As long as you can think about it, you can do it, you know. Like, I hate when, and this was very, you know, popular, but everybody would be like, oh, as long as they put their mind to it, they can do it. And like, no, that's not doing it. If you're thinking about doing it, that's not doing it. As long as you do it, you will get it done. That's how it's going to get done. Not thinking. Not, oh, should I do it? You know, nah, do it. It's like when you have two rooms beside each other. One person's a thinker, one person's a doer. That person, there's only going to be one person in a room because the doer is going to be gone because they're going to be actually doing it. The thinker is going to be walking around like, damn, you know, should I do it? You know, second guessing themselves, bull crapping, when they should just freaking get up and do it. You did all the thinking. You put together the plan. Now take action on it. And remember, never stay satisfied. All right, y'all. See you on the next video.